I am ordering everybody to report to Malacanang, all of them. They will be replaced, all of them, by military. It will be a takeover of the armed forces in the matter of operating. In the meantime, while we are sorting out how to effectively meet the challenges of corruption in this country. Like my grandfather, maybe his parents came from Fujian, or the parents of his parents. Well, anyway, I'm sure I really appreciate there is nothing wrong with the men that I have chosen to be with me on the ship right now. They are all men of integrity, I assure you. But you know, the Philippine system really allows corruption, and plenty have wallowed in the money of the public. Historically, the customs, even before, I mean no offense to the children, if you are here listening, historically, the customs people were always the one on the better level of things, nice houses, cars, and even the BIR. That used to be the case. I hope it is not now. And I pray that we will improve our situation with Sonny Dominguez there, driving his own train. Pahaba naman yung train mo, maraming umiiyak eh. When the train law, still, and I believe in you, so that sabi ko, I stand by him. I know him since childhood. He's a very good friend, and he can do wonders for the country. But itong customs, the two preceding customs collectors were all honest, actually. General Peña served here for almost pabalik-balik, no? 10 years. He earned his spurs in Mindanao as a soldier. I know him. Kaya ko nilagay siya doon. But also like Faildon, there was really a continuous play of corruption in the lower echelons of the Customs Bureau. You put any other, pati ako, and even if I will be there at the helm of the Bureau of Customs, papasulutan, lusot talaga yan. They will undercut you because of money. And that is why Shabu is affecting the way of life of the Filipinos. Do not listen to the human rights. They cannot help us when we go down the drain. Huwag kayong maniwala niya kasi hindi naman talagang totoo. Do not believe in that shit that we kill people who are kneeling down begging for them. Hindi namin ginagawa yan. Ginagawa yan ng they are done by their suppliers or their lieutenants for burial to remit, or maybe actually it's a police tactic that when they give, they would tell you and the rest, it was your who was squeaky. And then they would hate each other and kill each other. It's all intrigue, but that's part of the territory of prevention of crime. But itong ano ngayon, sitwasyon natin, is not really a crime prevention. We are on a war footing against the drugs, against the NPAs, and against the terrorists. The ISIS, of course, was the last year that it happened. That street there just in front, that was where it was bombed with an IED. So it is really a very tight space in my heart how to do it. Now here comes Sid Lapina was doing good. But I said just like me, I offered to resign when there was this command conference. I was just busy fixing the Nayon Filipino corruption. And then when I got back to the office, I got this memorandum about the ghost deliveries of the medicines intended for the AFP Center, the hospital for the soldiers. So got really pissed off. I said, I cannot, maybe it's really beyond me. I cannot fathom everything that is being corrupted one way or the other. And I said, if you present commanders of the main armed forces of the Philippines, Army, Navy, if you stand up and tell me now to step down, I will, because I was really exasperated. The fact that the military just kept silent, same with the police, and I cannot just abandon the trust reposed in me by the people. So pagdating nito ngayong customs, Sunny was not around, so pumutok yan. I just blurted out. Sabi ko mong, you call General Guerrero. Tell him he's transferred to the customs. And then Sid will just go up to the TESDA because it is very important for somebody to take care of the day of TESDA needs somebody who's really good also at an industrious guy. Now, let me tell you, I do not say that I appointed Faildon to the Bureau of Corrections of Muntinlupa. When I got Faildon, he was tried his best. And Sunny was there when he revealed to us that there's a big smuggling, more millions or billions. And he gave us the tip about the mighty cigarettes. So Sunny confronted them, and they offered $3 billion. What about Sunny? I said, no way. That's plunder. I told Mr. Wong, if there is no agreement on how much you will pay to the government, and the fact that you committed plunder, falsifying cigarette stamps, one cigarette falsified is one case. You have manufactured several billions, and I will order you now that I am arresting you and would place you behind bars, and I will charge you with plunder. I do not care if it succeeds or not. That's not my problem. That is somebody else's territory. I do not ask any court or any judge to do this and to do that. But just be sure that if you go out, just make sure that we in government are happy. Because if we are sad, I will also make everybody in your circle very sad. And so he was able to raise for 35 billion, 30 billion. So he still has to pay about 40 now. Already paid. Ngayon, if I were filed on, why would I gamble with itong druga? And you know, there are a lot of moving eyes looking what's passing in front of it. Pati ba yun, pakialam pa niya, dito malinis to. All he had to do was to be silent about the cigarettes. And just call along and say, you know, you have this thing going on. And I'd like to talk to you. And maybe he could get as much as 10 billion. Tapos pakialaman, and including said, what would you get? You graduated from the PMA, Philippine Military Academy. You had a great career as a soldier. You've been the chief of police, they call it the city police director now. And you are retired and you have a business. The wife is a millionaire. Now, why incompetence? You know, just like me. If every graft happens and every time that I have to respond to it, ultimately, if you count the steps going to the seat of power, who's responsible? Ako yun. Ako yun. So sabi ko na, you know, I'd like to put on notice everybody in the Bureau of Customs. They are all floating status. They can maybe start again working, but they said they are on floating status. So I called Jagger and said, you know, you might want to talk to your boss, the finance secretary. Ask him if the guys who supply the X-ray can send a representative here to teach our technical men in the armed forces, a lot of them. The Coast Guard will take care, all police, customs police are also on floating status. Everybody. The Customs Intelligence Unit, they are to report to Malacanang, all of them. I am ordering everybody to report to my office. Maybe I'll issue the memorandum. I have yet to sign it. They were hold office there at the Malacanang gymnasium. Lahat. So I told Jagger to take the technical soldiers dyan sa armed forces, maybe the technical group of the Philippine Army, the technical group of the Philippine Navy, and of the Air Force. And there will be about 3 signatures before a container will eventually be declared out of customs control. So there will be about 6 eyes there. And they must sign that it could be a Navy or a Coast Guard, something like that. They will be replaced, all of them, by military men. It will be a takeover of the armed forces in the matter of operating. In the meantime, while we are sorting out how to effectively meet the challenges of corruption in this country. Lahat sila nasa labas. And that's the reason why we cannot just dismiss them. And even as we deal the day-to-day reality, almost all of them there have been in one way or the other been charged of corruption. Lahat yan sila may kaso. And yet we cannot just move on because we want to be lawfully correct. So dahan-dahan lang tayo. But with this kind of games that they are playing, dirty games, I am forced now to ask the armed forces to take over. Remember that I have issued during the first days of my term, this is the declaration of lawlessness. Part of the lawless elements are there inside the Bureau of Customs. At huwag niya akong sabihin na, alam mo, baka sabihin ni Duterte, hindi naman kami lahat magdanakaw eh. Correct. So very correct. You are right. Not all of you are thieves or robbers. But you know, you must be an idiot not to understand. You say that you are honest, that you are not part of the cabal there. And so, if that is your line, I cannot move, and you stay there, then I have to speculate if you are really a gangster working for the Bureau of Customs, a government employee. I do not have time for that. I do not have the time. So, yung iba pipiliin mo pa, you try to sort out there from the inside. No. I'd like them out, then one by one, if they are still deserved. If none, then since I cannot fire them, I'll have to file a case which could appeal after appeal. It could maybe last for another 10 years. And so by that time, we have lost so many billions. And you are destroying my country.